Welcome back to CBS News 24/7. So it's just in its early stages, but the Department of Justice is investigating major U.S. egg producers. The allegation is price fixing. The probe comes as bird flu continues to wipe out flocks. And as you see at the grocery store, maybe even at the restaurant, egg prices are soaring to record highs. So let's talk about it. Let's go to CBS News Department of Justice reporter Jake Rosen. Good to see you, Jake, on a Monday. So what led the DOJ to now going after major egg producers?
Well, that's right. After a memo by Farm Action, which is a farm advocacy group, they had submitted a similar complaint to the Biden administration in 2023 and re-upped that complaint to the Trump administration recently, basically accusing the egg industry and avian industry of price gouging. And now, obviously, back in 2023, the situation with bird flu was not nearly where it is today, but it's certainly noteworthy that while the Trump administration says that they're doing a lot on actually the price of groceries, this is one potential way for them to potentially bring them down if they find any real and noteworthy and credible allegations to go after. Now, it should be noted that, this is very broad in terms of actually what we know right now. A source with knowledge familiar in the Justice Department said that they launched it because of this request to look into at least one specific major egg supplier across the U.S. We'll see if that really gets expanded or really it's just a response to a complaint by an outside group, like it appears like what we have.
All right, so let's pivot to a new order from a judge regarding 17 federal watchdogs. They were recently fired. What's the latest on that?
Well, that's right. A number of these watchdogs, again, agency head watchdogs. So think about the Justice Department, think about Health and Human Services. Early in the Trump administration, a number of them were fired over the weekend. I believe it was in the first week of the Trump administration. They have sued to keep their jobs, but so far the case has not actually gotten in front of a judge for a substantive argument. An argument got pushed back from that was supposed to be tomorrow to the end of March. So for now, the Trump administration will be able to keep these people out of their jobs. They were ordered to be fired by the White House, specifically firing these people who are usually seen as independent agency heads. And you saw it last night on 60 Minutes and last week with Hampton Dellinger, that special counsel, who basically was in ethics broadly, an ethics and whistleblower watchdog who was fired, sued to keep his job, had some initial success in the early rounds of court arguments, got his job back, and then was struck down and late Thursday into Friday dropped his legal case, saying that basically by the time the Supreme Court ruled on it, the Trump administration would be able to put someone else in these jobs, and basically his return would be mute, which I think is really what the worry would be for any of these independent agency heads.
Okay, so there's also been an update on President Trump's executive order that bans transgender military members. What do we know about that?
Yeah, there's going to be another hearing tomorrow in that case. A judge a couple of weeks ago put in a temporary restraining order which barred the military from implementing its guidance on a trans military service member ban. An attorney for the government in court in that hearing said it was not a full-out ban. However, a judge made the government and the Pentagon produce the actual document that they're going to go off of, not just that Trump executive order. And really, in a number of different ways, over about 15 to 20 pages, it laid out why trans service members would either be selectively removed from serving in the military or would be basically put on the sidelines for as they challenge their potential case. Those in the military who are transitioning still would be cut off from their access to gender affirming care. So really the government is trying to put all of that into place. A judge will hear that argument tomorrow and we'll see what comes out of that.
We know you'll have it. CBS News Department of Justice reporter Jake Rosen, nice to have you with us on the stream today. Have a good one.